Hey, it's our monthly visit with the crime fighters of North Iowa. It's called Crimestoppers.
Batman and Robin right here.
That's
We got Jay and Harry. And then we got the Joker down there below.
Sheriff pals, hello. How are you? It's good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
It's always fun to have you on.
Yeah.
Well, we rotate, just for everybody knows, if you're watching for the first time, we usually rotate between Sheriff Pals and also Chief Brinkley from Mason City Police Department, and also Pete Roth, Chief Roth over there in Clear Lake as well. All part of a meeting that meets here actually at our studios.
Whoops.
Yeah, whoops. At our studios here, the second Tuesday of the month. I do
Yes.
believe, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes they have pizza. Sometimes.
As long as we don't forget.
Yeah, exactly. I know, and you weren't able to be at this past month's meeting, but
No, I was not there this time.
But you get to hear about what's going on, right?
Oh yeah, yep.
And what was talked about? Because we're not in the meeting. You and I know you weren't there, but you know some of the minutes maybe that they talked about.
Yeah, we did not give any rewards out this month, but we hope to do that every month. You know, Crimestoppers does give out a reward, cash reward, to those people that want to give us a tip to help to lead to the arrest and conviction of criminal activity, that especially the ones that we were trying to advertise, the bigger crimes.
Mm-hmm.
Still having problems with catalytic converters?
Yes.
Are you?
Still being stolen? Yes.
And those on the market are like expensive.
Yeah.
To buy it if you want to buy it.
Right. And you know, the weird thing is the market that they're dealing with isn't the car dealerships and the fix-it shops.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking them elsewhere.
Right.
I have a neighbor. I know he's coming from 3 blocks away.
And he steals catalytic converters?
Nope. And then he drives right down my road, of where I live.
Yeah.
I can hear him coming and I hear him going. And I'm like going, and I finally got to look at him in the vehicle one day, and it's a kid. And I said to myself, now I wonder if he just needed cash and he just took out his own catalytic converter
and sold it.
Sold
it.
It's like body parts. I'm going to sell an organ today.
Yeah. I need some money. I think I might sell a kidney.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it's not really too far off base, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? As long as you didn't steal it. I mean, it's taking it off the car.
Right.
You know,
But,
I mean, but you know how these kids are. They want money, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, the only problem with that is it's illegal to drive a car without that catalytic converter because of the noise level.
Well, then you say you got it stolen.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Somebody stole it. I don't know who did it, but
that only works 1 or 2 times.
You know? Does it? Okay.
Yeah, because we keep track of that. All the car stops that we make, law enforcement officers can clearly see if you've been stopped before for that.
Huh.
Well, doggone it, I have a county deputy that lives a block away from me. I'm going to make sure he knows. Say, can you do so? Because it wakes me up. Oh my God. I mean, I can tell you what his schedule is.
Wow.
What he's working is like, it's always about that time.
That's like when my wife had her issues with her muffler. It wasn't the catalytic converter that I know of.
It's loud. Let me tell you something. It's loud, and I can't believe anybody would put up with that, even if you're driving it. You know,
is it like a noise ordinance?
Well, there is, but that's hard to do because you got to have a decibel meter out. Usually, law enforcement goes by. All the cars have to be equipped with a muffler system, so that's what we go by.
It's kind of like it's like the window tint stuff, right? You got to have it. You can't. I mean.
Can't have the windows too dark.
Yeah, you can't have the windows too dark and the tent. And do you need a probable cause to stop somebody it's like, oh, that tent looks terrible or that tent looks pretty dark?
No, just visual on the window tint.
Okay.
It's a primary law. Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
And if they're having a bad day and go, you know what, I want to pull somebody over today.
Window tint could be the object there. Yeah.
Could it be? Okay. That'll be my line. Are you upset today? Yeah. Why did you pull me over? Do you know how fast you were going? No, I don't. See?
You see a lot of those things on I see them all the time on TikTok videos and all that kind of stuff, on even Facebook, the reels. the the different little short videos of people. They said, keep asking, why did you pull me over? They're like demanding that, and then who's ever picking them up, whatever officer is there, is saying, just give me your registration, please, and license and insurance or whatever. Well, no, not until you actually tell me why you pulled me over. What is the first question that you can, or most people, I realize, if you're asking for license and registration, please, that's usually, 99% of the time they're giving it to you right away, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's caused here in the last couple of years is there's this defiance part when people are getting stopped now by law enforcement. But the polite thing to do, it's not a legal thing that we have to do that, but normally law enforcement will come to the side of the car and tell you why we're stopping you. Hey,
right away. Okay.
I'm Sheriff Pals. I'm stopping you because of your speeding, or I stopped you because of the red light back there or the stop sign. So they already know.
I thought you were Jay Brooks. That's why I stopped you. But
the funny thing is, you asked me how fast I'm going. Obviously, I don't know how fast I was going because I must have been speeding, but you know how fast I was going.
Yeah. It's not a trick question.
No. I got bigger tires on my truck. I don't know. The speedometer's off.
Yeah.
So, Sheriff, we're getting into a new season here of almost summer. You know how short spring is, and just goes immediately from one to the other. And I think it's Mother Nature is still having some fun with us yet, with not so much snow, but definitely with the rain and the storms, and by the time we're recording this, it looks like kind of a stormy weekend coming up here. But is this where we start to see more activity, I guess, from people that are being unlawful, I guess?
Yeah. North Iowa, our criminal activity does pick up during the warmer months of the year. So we're coming into the busiest time of our jobs coming in here.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that is, kind of makes sense. We get warm weather, more people are outside, and then more people are hearing things too, with our windows closed all winter.
Oh yeah.
You don't hear the neighbor music too loud. You don't hear the dogs barking. You don't, the parties and the yelling and screaming that go on sometimes during fights and things like that. We don't hear that with our windows closed. So now that the windows are going to come open here in the next month, into May or so, our calls will pick up.
Is it? How many do you go to? And I know it's hard. That's what I'm going. Well, how do I ask this question? Because it's hard to tell. Probably. Is it Mondays? Is it Tuesdays? Is it the weekends that are more active? You would think that the weekends would be.
Yeah, weekend nights are usually the busiest. But our software could tell us if you really wanted to know. We could run a software database check to see when our most calls for service are.
Yeah, do that and check in with us next time.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, obviously, the busiest law enforcement agencies are the larger ones because of the population they serve. So it doesn't mean that doesn't mean they have more crime necessarily. They just have more people. So they'll have more calls for service than the smaller agencies.
Do you have like deputies that are in charge of, okay, you take the north, you take the south, you take the east, and take the west? Remember, this is the county now. So it's not just Mason City, it's the entire county.
Yes.
So surrounding smaller towns around the area.
Yep. We divide our county up so that deputies are assigned different parts of the county so that we can have a quicker response to the emergencies.
So do you guys, I've always wondered this question. I don't think I've ever asked it, but when you see a sheriff's car or a cop car, or a town cop or a state trooper, you guys just drive around all day?
Well,
it sounds like, you know what I mean?
It does appear that way, but
right,
we do have some intentional patrolling techniques that we do. So,
okay.
We do have people that call us when they're on vacation. So there's vacation houses, there's special attentions. Sometimes we're looking for wanted people. There's civil papers. There's all kinds of intentional things. We get tips on people driving without driver's license, things like that. So we're looking for different cars.
People that are texting and driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be that's an issue that keeps getting worse and worse all the time. I see it all the time.
Yeah.
Stopping at stoplights, and there they are immediately.
I want to take a picture, Harry, but I don't want to take a picture and send it to anybody because then they go, "Well, you're on your phone."
Yeah.
Then I'll get
Good
in
point.
trouble for taking a picture. Somebody's actually texting.
Yeah,
Good
and how many
point.
times are you waiting at a stoplight and then there's always a hesitation after it turns green? You know
Yes.
done well what they're doing.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
point. And I think we're all getting carried away with our phones. I guess the good thing is with newer cars, newer technology, most of us can now drive hands-free, and you can talk to your car or through your car or
Yeah.
Android Auto or the iPhone and just say, "Hey, call Harry O or call Jay,"
Yeah, right.
and your phone will do that for you. And if you receive a text while you're driving, it'll tell you, read the text out loud to you. Do you want to respond? Yes or no? So
Sure.
there's a lot of good things coming, but it's still distracting us from what we're doing behind the wheel, even the hands-free stuff. But just be careful.
And now they're trying to hammer home, don't be high when you're driving. And I know
That's like new, isn't it?
they just are starting to really.
They're bringing it up because the stat they just released is 48% of traffic deaths. 48% of the people that have died have had drugs or alcohol in their system. That's a high percentage.
Wow.
That is. Wow.
That is not
Basically,
good.
so half the people that are dying on the road
Yep.
are lit up, basically.
Yeah, or have some level of THC in their blood from
Intoxication.
marijuana.
Yeah.
Could be meth. It could be cocaine, but some illegal drug. That's not even including the prescription drugs that people are prescribed.
Right. And they say right on the bottle, do not use if you're taking it, or do not drive a motorized vehicle.
And don't mix with
Yeah.
alcohol, obviously. A lot of those narcotics.
Exactly. I always thought, that if you, obviously the use of drugs and alcohol and everything else and to get behind the wheel, but, we've always, joked, friends of mine or whatever saying, how can anybody get in an accident? Marijuana makes you drive slower.
It's still impaired driving. That's the problem.
Right. Well, yeah, because you're driving slower.
Yeah. And that's the thing about drugs and alcohol. Obviously we all see the outward appearance of people that are intoxicated because of alcohol.
Right.
They're sloppy and stuff like that. You may not see that with the people that are on meth or cocaine or marijuana, but they're still impaired because anytime you introduce a drug into your body, it's affecting your brain, which affects all your reactions and your decision-making skills. And so that's where the impairment comes from. So you may not see them sloppy all over the place, but
is there a way to test that on the roadways like you do with a breathalyzer test? Is there a way to test it for marijuana?
We don't have breathalyzer, breath alcohol content or breath drug, but we do have.
They got to get on that.
We have specially trained law enforcement officers that we call DREs, drug recognition experts, that take a higher level of training, and they do it's usually an eye test and coordination test. And so, like I said before, all those drugs are affecting your brain. It affects your eyes, and you can't fool us on that.
Right, because they get jumpy or whatever somebody said at one time.
Yeah. Well, the nystagmus is the jerking of the eye. That's what nystagmus means. So that's the alcohol test. Drug tests are up and down.
Really?
Oh,
when
yeah.
You look,
no idea.
You make people look up and down, or you go side to side with their eyes go
side to side, and then we go up and down for the drugs.
Oh, really?
No, wait a minute. Because I heard this years ago, that they said that the marijuana can actually help out a glaucoma patient.
Might take the pain away.
Oh, well, that could be.
But it's still a drug.
Yeah.
But it's still a drug, and that's why they use CBD oil, which is less than 1% of THC level.
Okay.
And right now with the marijuana, the new marijuana, we're talking, back in the old days in the 50s, 60s, 70s, when marijuana was being used, that THC level was 3 to 5%. Now we're talking 80% THC value. So huge amount of difference in the reaction to marijuana use.
Well, and they're talking about things getting laced with different things. I know fentanyl is
huge.
A huge thing right now, and
it's in North Iowa.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. So, when was the last big drug bust that you were part of?
Well, our department was just involved in one this week.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And this is an ongoing thing that's going on all the time, of course. But But you hear about some major ones once in a while.
Oh yeah.
Like you hammered home the supplier, I guess, or whatever
Yeah.
they call those people, I guess.
Yeah, and we have some of those going on too. You'll see that in the news here in the next couple months here. We'll get some federal indictments for some of the bigger ones. You'll be reading about it.
Wow.
Hmm.
And how, and I don't know if you can say this or not, but how do they, I mean, do you get alerted that, hey, something might be coming your way? Or
It's a variety of things. Sometimes it's
okay.
tipsters, sometimes it's federal agencies or other states have alerted us. So we have a computer system or a database that we enter like all of our every time we're doing drug buys or drug suspects, intel information. We put in this large database and we call it deconflicting, so that if we have a case going on and say Minneapolis has a case going on with the same names involved, we will get a deconfliction report back that says, hey, contact Minneapolis PD, Officer Harry O. And we'll call Harry O from Minneapolis PD and get that information.
I got a new job.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, law enforcement, we try to work together, and that's why we use that deconfliction thing so that we know, and it can help our cases. Maybe we're missing one piece of the puzzle, and maybe Detroit, Michigan has got something that we need. So we share information that way. Yeah.
Interesting stuff, Sheriff. I mean, for what you guys do, I mean, I know we've told you before, but hats off and thanks to your service that you do to keep the community safe.
Yeah. Got a lot of dedicated law enforcement people that men and women that are doing this job. And, a lot of times it's pretty thankless job, but in North Iowa, we're very blessed to have people that support us and have our back.
Yeah.
There's a few radio guys that make fun of you every now and then.
Well,
But it's all in fun.
That's right. We make fun of radio personalities too.
While you're picking your donuts up.
Well, and we eat donuts too. So so speaking of that dedication, so we're coming up. We got a couple of big things happening here. We got the band festival coming up here.
Yes.
What's your involvement with that? And also we'll get to Ragbri as well. And what's your involvement going to be with? Let's first of all talk about band festival. What you guys are doing?
Well, band festival, we support Mesa City Police Department. Usually they handle all those the traffic and the parade route and things like that. If they need help or they need any of our vehicles, that we'll loan them out to them, or we'll put the manpower on there to assist them any way they need. Same with Ragbri. Ragbri is such a huge amount of people moving through. Everybody will be working July 27th and helping with traffic, make it safe, and hopefully all the local residents will have a little patience that day and be good.
What year
was a big event too? Clear Lake's got the Clear Lake Triathlon. Memorial weekend. I think the 28th, is that a Saturday?
Yeah, whatever that Saturday is there.
Yeah, that last Saturday of May. So that's coming up too. So we'll be helping Clear Lake Police on that, and that's a great event. I think they're trying to get 750 participants, so that'll be a huge traffic thing too.
Yeah, it's interesting, Jay. We all get the weekend off and have fun and get to go, if it's warm enough, swimming and just do all of our fun family stuff. But then these guys, they put on their armor and keeping the peace through the whole thing. So it's not really a week. I mean, and you got to ask a lot of, I would think, of your law enforcement people, because of the fact that, while everybody else is having a holiday fun, you guys got to probably kick it into more than first gear to kind of like, if everything's going well around the city, around the county, then that's because of these guys, because they're right there.
Yeah. The men and women that are wearing the badge, the jail staff, the dispatchers, we're all working together to make everybody safe the best we can.
Now, do you guys don't do anything with the water, like in Clear Lake or whatever? You guys have boats out there, or is that like more of the DNR type?
The DNR's got the boats, and then all the deputy sheriffs and myself are trained to operate their boats if they're not around. But they, if we need a ride somewhere, they just meet us at a dock, pick us up, and go. We work together closely with them too.
Now, so you don't have like undercover boats out on the lake?
Nope. They're clearly marked. It says Iowa DNR on the side.
Asking for a friend.
That's right. and guess what, Jay? We do use binoculars from shore to find out where the trouble is.
There you go.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll keep hanging out at Farmers Beach.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're not. Yeah, I was going to say they're not checking out you.
No.
All right. Well, that's good. That's good to know. Well, the next time that you're going to come up in rotation will probably be right around Ragbri time. So
Yeah.
in July, we'll be talking more about that. And,
Maybe we need to have Chief Brinkley and Sheriff Pals on at the same time because they'll both be dealing. Unless Chief and Clear Lake is. Do they come over and help too?
Yeah. They'll be
Will
all
they?
hands on deck. Yep.
Yeah, well.
Same with like when they're starting Charles City Police, they'll be asking for our law enforcement officers to go help them on the 28th too. Oh yeah, we help each other in North Iowa.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
well,
awesome.
That's great you do that. But to ask a question of, so where does the line get drawn on whether it's a county sheriff issue or a county law enforcement issue or a local police issue? Where is that fine line?
Well, usually inside the city limits of the cities that have their own police departments, the police departments handle their own things, and then they call us in for their backup. Okay. We have jurisdiction in their towns, but we let them organize, and then we just support them on the back end there, whatever they need.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that. And so, so it's case by case.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I like taking gravel roads, Harry.
You're telling him all your secrets, man.
Trust me, we're on to that.
Yeah,
we're on to that deal.
The drone is already flying. The Jeep has left the building. Let's go get the drone in the air. Let's find out where he's going.
And the good thing is yours just fits in everywhere, right?
Well, because he has one of these metallic hot color Jeeps.
Oh yeah.
And
that's what I was getting at. Right? Personalized license plates. Come on.
All that stuff. Yeah.
I know. It's like, who is that?
Yeah, personal license plates.
Yeah.
The vanity plates. You know what? I really don't know if I ever will get that. The whole vanity plate thing.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I know it's a way to advertise something. Mm-hmm. Can I just say half the time I don't know what that means? I want to say that to him. I was like, what does that mean?
It makes a good word game while you're driving.
Right.
Trying to figure it out.
Here's the thing. I mean, I don't get pulled over because I'm a law-abiding citizen and don't speed and everything else because I got vehicles.
I have to admit, he does not speed. He goes pretty slow.
but I had
right beside him and he's texting me. So
But I would love to. I always got a chuckle when I thought about it. If a state trooper or a sheriff's department got behind me, because I used to have personal license plate back when I was in high school, and I thought, well, as an adult, why not still live as a kid? And I'm going to see if they're still available. I had the license plates booger. I think I'm just picturing what it's like if you guys call it in, you're behind somebody going, hey, we got to check on a license plate booger. Is that what you do?
Well, we used to call them in. Now we just run them in our cars ourselves on our computer.
Oh,
yeah. So we don't have to verbalize that anymore.
Do you have the internet in those cars?
Yeah.
You have the internet right there. Wow.
Right there.
That's right.
Well, you imagine
they're just like we are.
Yeah.
It on all the time. I got Alexa on there all the time.
Yeah.
You imagine being dispatched and somebody calls in, hey, check on a booger.
It's happened before.
What the heck? Well, who else got booger?
Yeah. Not quite like that, but there are people with last name.
I went to renew my license. I forgot. I let it expire because it was in storage. And so when you let your license plate expire for so long, then it becomes open or available for somebody else.
Yep.
I was up at the treasurer's office get my license. And she goes, so it's on a whatever kind of pickup, like a Chevy Silverado. I said, no, I've never owned a Chevy Silverado. Well, no, it shows that it's taken. I go, it's on my Jeep. I go, I just need to renew it. Well, if it goes past, and she explained it all to me. Oh. And then I go, and then I looked right at her and I said, who in the hell would want to put booger on their license plate?
Yeah.
You know what she did? Her facial expression was priceless. She looks at me and she goes, "You did."
Right back at you.
Yeah, I go, well, you got me there, I guess.
Jay had a few beers at that point.
No, I was completely sober on that one.
Okay.
'Cause it sometimes takes too long there.
Hey, before we wrap things up here, Sheriff, as far as a futuristic thing, okay, you're talking about, a lot of people have been talking about these driverless cars, electric vehicles, all that kind of stuff. Are you going to be retired before you pick up a driverless car?
Probably in North Iowa, yes.
Oh, you will be. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a thing, though.
It's getting closer. I'll
They're
tell you,
talking about it.
Tesla's leading the way.
I
Well,
heard
they
they're behind in production, though. I mean, because they have so many orders.
Yeah,
and
it's
just
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elon Musk is the reason he's got a ton of money.
That's just one reason.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
How many Teslas around the area?
There's quite a few now.
Seriously?
Yeah, a lot of
In the county? In the
lot
county.
of threes. Yeah, in our county. Yeah, I just saw another one yesterday, dark colored one. Usually, they're very basic colors: white, black, and I think there blue,
Okay.
dark blue.
All right. We got some
They
farmers.
They limit their colors, so how could you go wrong?
Right.
Well,
Well,
it needs three paint colors.
where are the charging stations in this area?
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that.
Well, and see, that's
Right
the
at their
other-
house right now.
Speaking
Right.
of the future, if they're going to try to, force all this electric stuff on us consumers, how about the sheriff's department? I mean, or the police department? Can you see electric vehicles at
Oh
some
yeah, I
point?
can see that in the future.
Yeah. I think that's got to start somewhere like that before they're
Yeah.
going to, I mean, of course, high gas prices is getting people, but
Yeah, but you imagine trying to do a chase with somebody and your battery starts to go down and go, I'm only half charged.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
bet you crime goes down on that stuff. Because I mean, can you imagine a high-speed chase in an electric car?
Well, they're extremely fast on electric cars.
Yeah, but they got to run out sometime.
Yeah, but if you got
Okay,
a range of
smart
350 miles, it's that's quite a ways.
Hey, they're in stealth mode. You can't hear them coming.
They're very quiet.
No catalytic converter there.
They have a lot of technology in them compared to regular cars.
Have you ever stopped a Tesla or an electric car?
No,
You've never stopped an electric car. Wow.
Can't go fast enough.
no. I've ridden in it. My son's got one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
They now it's not a hybrid, right? I mean, they
No, it's a
used to call
Tesla.
them hybrid.
Yeah.
Your son's got a Tesla?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, they're all over the place. I'm telling
What's
you.
he do for a living? He's not in radio.
Sells cars.
Sells cars. See, driving the dealership car. Okay, now we
No,
got it.
it's his own. He
Oh,
bought
it's
it.
his own. Oh, okay.
All right.
Yep.
Well, this has been entertaining, but on a
Yeah.
serious note, folks, listen, if you see something, you got to say something. We're scrolling the number down here for those of you listening on maybe for the audio version of this interview, 800-383-0088. All right. Crimestoppers.NorthCentralIowa.com is the website. And we hope everything just kind of keeps on. You're doing a great job, Sheriff, and we appreciate all that you do. And I hope we continue to have a safe county.
There you go.
Still time. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, hats off to you, and seriously, and thank you for what your law enforcement and everybody around does.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Maybe we'll get to a day where the only thing gas powered is the motorcycles left.
There you go. They're coming out with electric ones too. So
Yeah, I'm sure there will be. Exactly. All right, Sheriff. Thank you much. This
right,
has
thanks,
been our
guys.
Crime
Thank you.
Stoppers of North Iowa.